Good afternoon, children. Welcome to botany class. Today I am going to discuss regarding the proteins, different types of proteins and their functions. Here, the first one is the name of the protein collagen. Collagen, it is the protein that makes what biomass in the living organism, especially animals, and also it will give a structural component inside the cell, that is in the tissues, especially intracellular ground substance. Inside the cell they are making the components that will make what the rigid structure of cell. And another one is trypsin. Here the collagen is the abundant protein in animal world. Why? Because the bones are made up of with what? Collagen. And another protein, and we can consider it as what enzyme, that will break down the proteins into peptides or amino acids. Amino acids, this we call it as uh, hydrolytic enzymes or digestive enzymes. The trypsin is present in small intestine of animals that helps to break proteins into peptides or smaller molecules or what amino acids. Another example of protein is insulin. It is a protein hormone. It can able to convert glucoses into excess glucoses are present in blood into what glycogen. If insulin is absent or produce very less amount of the glucose concentration will more and leads what diabetes insipidus. And another category of protein is antibodies or protein molecules can fight against with infectious agents. That means they can fight against germs such as bacteria, virus or other fungal agents, can protect the body from infections. And another category of proteins are receptors, and the proteins are present on the surface of the plasma membrane of the cell, and those will be receive the signals or stimulus from outside, and we can consider it as one of sensory receptors, such as we can able to sense the smell because of the presence of this receptor proteins present on the sensory cells present in the nose and in the taste buds, and also some of the hormones. Proteins act as a receptor to intaking of hormones. These are the receptors. And another example of proteins are GLUT4, glucose transport protein 4. GLUT means glucose, T means transport, and 4, it is a class of protein. It is going to transport glucose inside the cell, transport glucose into the cell. Without this, we can't, any cell can't able to take the or receive the glucose, and they can't able to get the energy without glucose, and leads what death. And this is regarding the different examples and their functions. Now we are going to discuss about average composition of a cell. See, before going to discuss, I want to tell you one thing. Some of the amino acids are very essential for to maintain life. We have to compulsory to take through diet. Those we call it as essential amino acids. We call it as essential amino acids. And in the advertisement also we can see that the edible oil what we are using to cook are saying that it is having essential amino acids are very compulsory, we have to supply through diet, otherwise it leads what health complications. Example of essential amino acid, we have discussed 20 varieties of amino acids are there, or types are there. In that 10 are comes under essential amino acids. Example, mat will fly. You can, it is a hint to remember the names of amino acids. Mat will fly. Here M stands for methionine, alanine, threonine, tyrosine, valine, isoleucine, leucine, phenylalanine, histidine, Ly means lysine. The total 10 amino acids are comes under essential amino acids. Remaining all will be non-essential, not required to supply through diet. Why? Because if you supply this essential amino acid from this, the body can able to make non-essential amino acids. This is regarding proteins. Next we are discussing regarding average composition of the cell, of any cell. What it made up of? Cell, it is made up of the biomolecules, as I told you. Along with the biomolecules we can see even the water. How much percentage of water in the living cell? It is ranges in between the total, in case of percentage of total cellular mass weight, if you consider 70 to 90% of weight is occupied by water. It is the next one is proteins. Proteins are second abundant components or compounds present in the cellular biomass, that is ranges in between 10 to 15% weight averagely if you take, and in case of nucleic acid it ranges in between 5 to 7%. That means half of the percentage of nucleic acid when we compare with the proteins, and the carbohydrates will be 3%. When you compare carbohydrate molecular weight or cellular mass, it will be half of the nucleic acids. And if you take lipids, only the 2% of weight we can see the lipid components, and ions will be very very less, and only 1% out of 100% of the total cellular mass. This is the average composition of components in a living cell, but here it is varies, the composition vary from one cell to another cell. If you take example nerve cell, the nerve cell will be having more amount of nucleic acid, lipids. Averagely how much, 79% of the lipids will be present in the nerve cell. Why? Because to make the myelin sheath, it is richly composed of what, lipids, and the main function of nucleic acid is lipids are what, transporting of the signal, transmission of the signal. For that lipids are mainly playing a role. Those are can able to fluctuate the concentration of sodium and potassium and will do the sensory signals or sensory transport. Okay, this is regarding cellular mass composition. And next one is we are going to discuss regarding metabolites. What are metabolites? Or the metabolites are the components are forming those are intermediate components are formed in the metabolic reactions. What are metabolic reactions? Both anabolism and catabolism reactions will form intermediate compounds, we call it as metabolites. Here, based on their role, metabolites are categorized into two types. One are primary metabolites and second one are secondary metabolites. What are primary metabolites? The primary metabolites are the metabolites or components playing a very important role for the survival of organism by promoting life processes. What are life processes? Such as growth, development and reproduction of an organism compulsory need primary metabolites. That's why those are very very important, having specific function in the living organism. Without this we can't imagine the life or living organism. Okay, example for secondary metabolites you can take carbohydrates, proteins, nucleic acids and the lipids and as well as vitamins. These are very important, having specific function of specific function in the living organism. Those we call it as primary metabolites. And what are secondary metabolites? The components are formed or absorbed in the plants, microbes and some animals, does not having particular, in case of plants, fungi and microbes such as bacteria, those are not having, not identified any specific or particular function. Those we call it as secondary metabolites. But nowadays they have discovered that the secondary metabolites having very important role in ecological balance. For maintain ecosystem, they will be having very important role, and these secondary metabolites are very helpful for humankind, and these components they are using for other purpose by humans. Here these are the different category of secondary metabolites and examples. Here the pigments are the protein components or any components, those are emitting color. They are releasing color, reflecting color, we call it as pigments. Example, carotenoids and anthocyanins. You know, carotenoids will emit orange color and anthocyanin will emit blue color, and in case of some of the the pigments will be like xanthophylls responsible for yellow color. Those will be having ecological role, what you know, ecological role, not balance, ecological role. What is the ecological role they will be having? And for pollination, the flowers has to attract the pollinator, and those are mainly responsible for attracting pollinator, then only pollination will happen, and continuation of species. If pollination happen, then only reproduction happen and the next generation can able to grow. That is the main function of the secondary metabolite. And another one is alkaloids, are a type of narcotic drugs. Those are having what you know the main effect on nervous system and cause what you know relaxation, and such as morphine and codeine. Nowadays these are narcotic drugs, and they are banned. Why? Because this giving relaxation but causing so much damage to the health, we can generally call it as drugs. Okay. And another group of secondary metabolites are terpenoids. Terpenoids are organic compounds, and example monoterpenes and diterpenes, they will be having what you know antibiotic nature. They can able to kill bacteria, can able to kill fungi or virus and protect the body from infections. We call it as those will be having what you know antibiotic in nature, monoterpenes or diterpenes. Essential oils, these are the oils. Why we call it as essential oils? The oils that compulsory required for to give the odor or smell to any organism or component. Example, lemongrass oil. The lemongrass oil will be emitting particular odor or flavor or smell because of the presence of a special components such as what you know secondary metabolites. That another one is toxins or chemicals that causing what you know death of the cell. And example, abrins and ricin, those are present in the plants, and these components nowadays are using to treat cancer. That's why we can call it as anti-cancerous property or anti-cancerous drugs. They can able to stop the cell division, abnormal cell division. What is continuously happening cell division will form many cells that leads what you know cancer. And another components are lectins, are a type of proteins that can able to bind with the particular carbohydrates or polysaccharides. Example, concanavalin A, those are protein molecules can able to bind with polysaccharides and separate the polysaccharide from the solution. They are using now widely in the separation techniques. If you take any solution, you want to get only polysaccharides or carbohydrates, you are going to bind this what you know lectins to the surface of the what you know the tube, test tube, and you are pouring the water or a solution. In that, what are the polysaccharides are there, they are going to bind and get separated. Okay. Next, drugs. Here also some of the components we are using as anti-cancerous drugs such as vincristine, vinblastine and curcumin are getting from the plant source, using to treat cancer and will stop the division of the cancerous cells. And also one more thing, lectins are also using as to immunoboosters. But to increase our immunity power, nowadays they are using lectins as a immune boosters. Okay. The next last one is polymeric substances. The polymeric substances is the chemical components are will be having monomer units or many thousands of monomeric units such as cellulose present in the plants, rubber, gums and resins are polymeric substances etc. This we can use it for mankind. Okay, these are the different categories of secondary metabolites, and those will can use it for humankind. And but we are not discovered the specific role of this secondary metabolite in the living organisms such as plants, fungi, and microbes such as bacteria. But they will be having ecological role. This is regarding secondary metabolites.